parents, and friends. Thank you all for sharing such a wonderful event with us. And to my Thomas J. Metcalf class of 2014, it's my honor to have the opportunity to speak on behalf of the class. This year's theme was How Can We Help? And I can say without a doubt that this school has answered that question since I first set my foot on the Metcalf campus. I didn't start at Metcalf in pre-K, so being the new kid on the block, I was nervous. However, the students, teachers, and faculty all helped me feel like I belonged and really brought me into the Metcalf family. And that family for me includes all of you here, including all of you parents, my teachers, my homerooms, my great volleyball team, my awesome basketball team, my wonderful scholastic bowl team, band, chorus, advisory. You guys have all been a really important part of my life. Because I've had so much help from Metcalf in becoming a young adult, it's fitting that I get to share my thoughts on how we can help as we move forward in our lives. I'd like to share a story with you. When I was in the 6th grade and we had recess outside, I remember little Alyssa bumping into me. At the time I didn't know her name, but I did know that she was visually impaired. She apologized and then asked me to help her find her class. I said sure, and I took her hand and we started walking around the playground. And she was very sweet. She asked me my name and what was on my shirt, and we had a fun little conversation about ponies. After we found our class and I walked back to where my friends were, I kept thinking, wow, I couldn't experience that at any other school I went to. I still see Alyssa in the hallways, and I am reminded of just how special a place Metcalf is, with all of the unique opportunities to learn how to answer the question, how can we help? I've had the chance to be around great leaders during my time at Metcalf. Leaders who ask great questions, leaders who set great examples, and leaders who strive for the best. Leaders like Dr. Kaufman, who takes the time out to get to know us personally. One of the first ways we can answer the question, how can we help, is by being good leaders. Remember, leadership has no minimum age, so let's immediately begin our leadership journey. Metcalf is a great place to do this because we're constantly surrounded by great leaders, from the officers on student council to the informal leaders, like the older kids that help out the younger ones during circus and play. Let's be great leaders by continuing to ask great questions and helping our peers. Strong leaders are also great servants, so let's remember to be that as well. While I'm on the subject of serving, another way to help is to give. We give our time and effort to great causes, and we give our friendship. When we give our time and effort to good causes, we can accomplish many great things. One of these causes is the March of Dimes, and I'd like to focus on them for just a bit. The March of Dimes is an organization that helps run treatment for premature babies. Being born 2 pounds 11 ounces 3 months early, I have a personal connection to this organization. The March of Dimes is an amazing way to see people helping by giving. I also believe that friendship is one of the most important things to give. Don't be selfish with your friendship. Everybody wants and needs friends. Friends are there to encourage us in those moments when we feel like the world is out to get us and our parents just don't get it. Even right now, I'm looking at the smiling faces. I'm looking at the smiling faces of my friends, and I'm feeling all the love. And now earlier, I covered helping by being a great leader. However, my father always says, you cannot lead where you do not go. Now, think on that for a little bit. Because I didn't really understand what he meant until just the other day. And then I realized what he meant was that another way to help is by being good followers. We can be good followers by always listening to our parents and teachers. And yes, our parents actually do get it, and they only want what's best for us. We can also be good followers by being willing to learn so we may continue to grow into the strong young adults we will all be. As we continue to grow, we have to be mindful of another way to help, and that is by being good community citizens. As we get older, we can find more and more ways to be good community citizens, but we can start now. What does being a good community citizen mean? There are certain rules that we need to abide by. Now, we may not agree with all of those rules per se, so we can use the right channels to change them. Being a good community citizen means that we have to know what's going on in our community. We can also volunteer at places in our town and help encourage others to learn and grow. Finally, one of the biggest ways to help is by being a teacher. Obviously, our teachers have helped us grow and mature into who we are today. Without our awesome teachers, we wouldn't really know what mastery looks like. And I know it's hard getting there, but with our teachers' guidance, we can do it. If you ask any teacher why they chose to become a teacher, their answer will be to help society, to help the next generation, to help the world become a better place. So, whether you had teachers at Metcalf or pre-K, or you were like me and lived all across the country, the constant helpful figure in your life has been teachers. For us, we have our awesome core teachers, from Mr. Basola, who's a pro, to Mr. Gobet, who tends to drop things. And then we have Ms. Stallitz, who has us learn through song, and Ms. Davenport, who constantly pushes us. There will always be a helping hand. There will be many careers for us to choose from. So whether you're Elise, who wants to be a music producer and performer, who, by the way, wrote that amazing song that you heard as you were walking in with that video, it's great, or Catherine, who wants to be a doctor, Ryan, who wants to be an NFL star, Maya, who wants to perform with the Philharmonic Symphony, Maddie, who wants to be an interviewer, Amelia, who just wants to better the world in whatever way she can, or me, who wants to be a psychiatrist, we will all be teachers in some way. Whether or not we choose to be teachers in the classroom, we can be teachers in the world. So to each of my wonderful teachers, I say thank you. Our time at Metcalf taught us how to help others, and now our obligation is to do just that. In doing so, we will be good community citizens, strong leaders, good followers, and givers. And I'm sure that you've thought of more, but whatever you do, give it your best. Now I'd like to address my classmates without crying. I can do this. You guys have always been there for me ever since I came to Metcalf. You really brought me into the family, and I'm incredibly grateful. I love you all to death. I mean, we've had our few ups and downs and a little bit of drama, but no matter what, we can always unite against a common cause, the Common Core standards. But that's a whole other speech. We're not going to get into that right now. I'm pretty sure we've all complained to you guys enough about that. So after this, let's unite on the dance floor, and then unite on our way to UPI. Congratulations, class of 2014. Now I'd like to introduce the administration, who's going to hand out our certificates.